Is it just me, or does the current job market feel like a Hunger Games simulation? Oh, you want a job? Let me see you fight for it. And while I may not be a fight to the death in the literal sense, when I think about the amount of transformations and rebirths I've been through in this year alone, girl, like. Yeah, that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. I've applied to so many jobs. Like, you should see my resume archives folder. And I know I'm not the only one. Like, this isn't a unique situation. Unfortunately, we have all been applying to millions and millions and millions of jobs and getting no after no after no. Like, not only am I unemployed, but somehow I'm seemingly also unemployable. And the craziest part is before shit hit the fan, I had a 7-year career in my industry, growing from an entry level support role to literally leading my own teams and clearing 6 figures after taxes. Like, I know that's right. I don't know, maybe I've been spoiled, maybe I was spoiled, maybe I was. But the salaries in these job listings are not giving what they are supposed to give. They're not giving what I thought that they would be giving when I entered this market. And granted, the last time I've been in this market was 2017. But baby, it feels like the salaries are still stuck in 2017. I mean, they're asking for 5 to 7 years of experience and offering less than 75 a year. Criminal. Like, jail immediately jail. Oh, you got a master's degree? Here's 65K, go enjoy. Like, you're asking for mid-level experience, and we live in New York. This is New York City. Have you seen these rent prices? Like, please be so for real and stop playing in our faces. Come on. What's crazier is you can have insane amounts of job experience and still be unable to land a job that requires no experience at all. And it's like, granted, we're also going up against people who are newly entering the job market from high school, college, their industry shutting down. So it's just like we're all duking it out for scraps, basically. You know when I knew shit was real? When I started getting rejections from places like Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Target, my local grocery stores, retail stores, fast food restaurants. And I'm like, hold up. What is going on? And it's no shade to anybody who works any of those jobs, like literally no shade. But it be the spots that are always hiring and it's so easy to get a job there that be throwing out rejections left and right. Like, before my 7-year career, I worked in retail for years. For years. And you mean to tell me I can't even get a part-time seasonal job at Apple? At Apple? Like, stop. Stop playing with me. Last week, I got a rejection email. You know, what's new? Not a surprise there. But why was it in Italian? Italian, yeah. And I had to pause and wonder, like, are there cameras around? Is this a hidden camera reality TV show? Like, am I being, trolled on? Is this an episode of Ashton Kutcher's Punk? Like, what is actually going on? I am a Jamaican girl from Brooklyn. And although I'm learning Italian on Duolingo, the job listing was in English. I applied in English. So if you're gonna reject me, the least you could do is let me down in a way that doesn't require me to whip out a translator. Like, please, have mercy. Give me grace. It's funny to think about. Like, I had someone recently ask me to send them a copy of my resume, right? So they could see maybe where I could improve, where I'm going wrong, why I'm not getting hit up. Cause like, now I'm not even getting called for interviews. And I could body an interview, but like, you gotta like schedule me for one first, you know what I mean? So I sent them 9 different versions of my current resumes for the various positions I've been applying for recently. They gagged. Meanwhile, those 9 resumes are just for the past week. Like, please, please, those 9 resumes are newly created, baby. And I may be biased, but I think my current resumes are T. You know, between friends and recruiters, I've gotten more compliments than critiques. So I'm really like, what is actually going on? Now, granted, in the last 7 years, I haven't needed a traditional resume. It's more like, what projects have you been on, in what role, under what designer or director? And mind you, I could be in contract from anywhere between 4 to 10 months. Granted, I prefer them like 4 to 6 month contracts. I love working movies over TV, but that is just my personal preference. While I obviously can't speak for anyone else, your girl stayed under contract, okay? It was like Keep a job, Palmer. Okay, your girl stayed employed, stayed on a project, stayed in a contract. If anything, I literally have to force myself to take time off just to deal with the burnout. Trust me, the burnout was very, very real. But to be honest, I loved what I did, so it kind of felt like an even trade off. I mean, literally creating environments that visually bring stories to life. What can be better than that? I mean, rhetorical question, because I'm sure y'all will name a million things, but for me, I loved immersing myself in these just fictional worlds and telling a story about somebody where the audience can then feel like they're a real person. There's truly nothing like it. There's nothing like it. It also helped that the money was amazing and the fact that every contract came with a free car rental with gas and Easy Pass included. And with these new congestion prices, baby, yeah, I could use that right about now. And say what you want about New York traffic, but I actually enjoyed my commutes to and from work. Being in my own space, vibing out to music or a good podcast, not having to deal with the train or delays or just not having phone service, like a vibe, okay? The trade-off is dealing with angry New Yorkers. Like, that's fine. That's cool. That literally doesn't faze me. People be honking and I just be like, I be laughing. So if you honk at me, 9 times out of 10, I'm in the car laughing. So do with that what you may. Now, granted, the trade-offs were extremely long days. I mean, I'm talking 12, 14 hours. One job, I even did 16 hours. Never again though, because that job sent me to the hospital. Like I literally passed out on my way to work on the train, went to the hospital, picked up by an ambulance. I wake up to a bunch of missed calls 5 hours later because I knocked out with the IV drip plugged in. And they're like, hey, so what time are you coming in? Like, I know you're in the hospital, but like, what time will you be here? Sirs and ma'ams, I'm in Brooklyn and y'all are in Jersey City and you really think about to leave the hospital and come to y'all? And guess what I did? I left the hospital and I went to them. But that was a me. That was an old me. Current me, we got boundaries, especially professional ones. I'm laughing because I could never imagine doing that today. But I got really comfortable. And like I said in my vlog on Sunday, God loves to shake the room when we get comfortable. Actually, pause because did you watch my vlog from this past Sunday? If you did not, make sure you watch that after this. And if you're really feeling spicy, you can hit the pause right now, go watch it, and come back, okay? Because there are 32 life gems I dropped. Also, if it feels like it's getting really bright in here or the lighting feels a little uneven, forgive me, golden hour is among us in probably like 20 minutes. So at some point, the light is going to continue shifting out of my face. But in the meantime, let's take a little moment to get into this skin, okay? Because the skin is giving, the skin is eating, the skin is cooking, okay? Like, this is no makeup, baby. This is skin. Yeah, get into it. Anyways, child, back on topic because your girl got ADHD and she could get off topic and stay off topic, okay? So back to the point. In a way, it feels like my career as an independent contractor was just molding me into becoming someone who creates the doors and builds the tables rather than someone who waits for doors to be open or waits for someone to pull out a chair for me. Like, have I planned an entire business from concept and execution to what it would be like 5, 10 years down the road? Absolutely. However, was I planning to launch that business while being unemployed with zero capital? Absolutely the fuck not. Like, that is not what I envisioned. That is not what I envisioned, and that does definitely not give what it's meant to give. We're getting creative though. Like, problems, they get solved. I love to solve a problem. Like, I am a problem solver. It's probably my favorite thing. I'm probably addicted to solving problems, which is also probably why I learned my lessons the hard way in the first place. So yeah, maybe you shouldn't be addicted to problem solving like me, okay? It kind of feels like right now I'm dealing with the realities of what procrastination looks like. Procrastinating my dream, expecting it to always be there for me to grab out and reach it when the time's right or, when I feel ready. But God said, nah, baby girl, you don't move on your time. You move on my time. When I call you to something, I don't mean later. I mean right now. And I'm like, okay, like, don't yell at me, please. God, I hear you, but this is New York. My landlord doesn't want to get paid in hopes, dreams, and concepts of a plan, okay? He wants cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Hey. Nah, but my landlord wants real cash, like real money, not hopes and dreams. And like I said, concepts of a plan. So that's nice and all, God. But like, I need a job right now. I need some like income. Like, put me on a contract, put me in a project. Like, help a sister out, please. Applying for jobs is a full-time job in and of itself. You mean to tell me, on top of worrying about how I'm gonna pay rent every month, I also need to set aside the mental bandwidth to build a business I've been called to create with little to no resources? Make it make sense, because that math it's not mathing for me. Like, sure, let me just add that to my to-do list. In between the millionth cover letter that I gotta write, stalking recruiters and hiring managers on LinkedIn, creating content, and also pitching to potential clients. Got it. Cool. Didn't realize I signed up for the Strong Soldier package in 2025. I thought we left that in 2024. But no, here we are again. No soft life, not for you. Okay. Understood. Not for none of us. Soft life who? Soft life where? Soft life not in this job market. Yeah, this job market is hard, not soft. Okay? 75 hard. 75 hard. 75 resumes later, and you still don't even have an interview. Like, please. And while being unemployed in your 30s comes with a wide range of mixed emotions, trust me, I know, and I have felt them, probably all, none of us can afford to just give up and say, fuck it, I'm actually just not gonna have any income, and I am just gonna turn into a rock. We owe it to our younger selves to push forward, to keep going, to get back up no matter how many times we fall. I like to keep a framed photo of me as a toddler near my desk so that I can look to it whenever I'm feeling just like beaten down by this job market and be like, but baby girl, for you, I will get on my Zoom and I will get back to it. I'm just gonna take a little pause because please, life got hands and I'm just a girl. You see these nails? I don't throw hands, okay? But life has been asking me to buck back. So guess who has to have had hands lately? Yeah, me. And I'm asking you to have hands too. And maybe you already got hands, so you don't really need to hear that from me. But if you don't, you better learn, okay? You better ask somebody. Don't get me wrong. I still have several crash outs a week. Okay, I'm crash out queen. I crash out for fun. I'm very dramatic. I don't know what it is about me, but your girl is a little bit of a drama queen. Sorry, not sorry. But, I try to do my best to honor my feelings as I feel them without like trying to bury them. As someone who used to bury shit so deep that I could not recover it, I am very proud that I'm able to feel my emotions. And I found that it's better for me to feel my emotions as they come up as a way to help me process them and move that energy out of my body. Because otherwise, I will spiral. Yeah, I will spiral. And I don't want to fall into such a deep pit that I can't climb out of it with a shovel. Feel those emotions, but move on. And maybe slightly off topic, but I feel like my therapist would be really proud of me right now. Just my growth and my ability to process and feel my emotions and just allow that kind of vulnerability to take hold of me it's been beautiful. And I really shout out to him. I thank him for that. Although, too bad I haven't been able to afford him since early last year, but that's okay because I'm sure he got me here. I'm sure he got me here because I definitely got him here, okay? Because I couldn't have got through the past year without many of the things that he instilled with me to be able to help myself. And I feel like that is the benefit of therapy. You don't go to therapy to just magic erase all your problems away. You go to therapy so that you can become equipped with the tools to face your challenges and your problems no matter what. No matter what life throws at you, no matter how you're feeling about things, like you are equipped to deal with it. And like I said, doesn't mean you don't crash out. It just means that after the crash out, you are healthy about how you pick yourself back up. So shout out to my journal and all my friends who listen to my voice notes like podcasts because your girl be ranty a lot. I mean, you could tell I'm a ranter, I'm a yapper, certified professional yapper here, yappity yapper. I am thankful for the resources I do have because the finances, yeah, they're laughable. So while I know it's scary as fuck to constantly worry about how you're gonna pay rent or how you are going to afford life in general, just like living in the general sense, we owe it to ourselves to keep going, to keep praying, to keep pushing forward, to keep leaning on the resources that we do have. And I know that might take some reflection or rewiring of your mindset to kind of acknowledge what those resources are. But even if your bank account is zero, even if it's negative, you have resources. It's just about kind of taking time to audit and acknowledge what resources you do have in your life, what things you have to be grateful for, what people you have to be grateful for. Living in a capitalist society, we view wealth in a very skewed way to always equate to numbers, followers, your bank account. But that's not all wealth is cracked up to be. And that is not all success is cracked up to be. I know for me, this season of my life has really enforced the value of community and just having that support. Just surrounding yourself with people and energy that make you feel lighter than the weight that you're carrying. People who truly see you and that you can fully lean on at any time, at a moment's notice. What I lack in the bank, I make up for in love. Like, I am loved. And like I said, if you watch the vlog, I am loved. Like, my friends show up and show out for me, and so does my family. So I'm grateful for the close relationships I do have. Hell, not even everybody has that. Not even everybody has community to lean on. So just acknowledge and figure out what you do have and what you can work with and where you can lean on. It might obviously require you to be vulnerable and transparent and honest with people, and that means overcoming embarrassment and shame around things. But I promise, like, just get through the discomfort of that embarrassment and that shame, because you will feel so much lighter once you just opened yourself up and are fully honest, so that people can support you in the ways that you actually truly need to be supported. Closed mouths don't get fed, so you have to ask for what you want. You have to ask for what you need. And at some point, obviously, that will become intuitive to the people around you. They'll know you enough to be able to give that to you before you even have to say anything. I think about all of my friends and family who would never let me fall. I've hit several personal rock bottoms in this past year alone, but there is no bottom that I can't bounce back from because of the people I'm surrounded by and the people that I have been blessed to have in my life. While it can be really easy to be mean to ourselves, I know. I am my own worst critic, and I can be very mean to myself. We have to stop speaking unkindly to ourselves on a consistent basis. We have to give ourselves grace. And I know you're gonna say you're tired of hearing that. Everybody's always talking about grace this, grace that, grace that. Okay, Grace Jones. But you gotta give yourself grace. Struggling to find a job with the way this current market is set up isn't a reflection of any of us or our purpose or our value. It is simply a reflection of a fucked up economy and what seems to be more people looking for work than actual jobs available. The next time you catch yourself ruminating and pointing out all of your shortcomings, I'm gonna need you to pull up a mirror real quick and say sorry. Like, literally look in the mirror and say, I'm sorry. I have to do this to myself several times. Sometimes not always in the mirror, sometimes like in the shower or whatever, but it's, I think, helpful and important to do it in the mirror, because it's important to look yourself in the eye and say sorry. I think when we tell people sorry, it's important to look them in the eye and say sorry. Otherwise, like, are you really sorry? Do you really mean it? Do you really feel sorry? So we have to apologize to ourselves. And, if you're feeling a little spicy, maybe you want to throw it up couple like affirmations in there, a couple loving words, a little some. But at the very least, we have to apologize to ourselves. And I know I keep referencing the last vlog, but like I said in the last vlog, tough love is not love. It is toxic. So stop that shit, okay? Please, thank you. Everything I say to y'all, I have said and am still saying to myself. So if you're in the same boat as me, in your 30s, unemployed and figuring it out, or really whatever age, unemployed and figuring it out, I promise we will figure it out. The only things we can't do is whatever we tell ourselves we can't do. Whatever limitations we set for ourselves, that's our ceiling. But as long as we leave it uncapped and there's no ceiling for us to hit, there's truly nothing we can't do. You literally can do whatever you can conjure up in your imagination. No bullshit, no funny shit. I'm not just saying that as words. Like, I actually genuinely believe that, and I'm trying to truly trust that a lot more. We are doing our absolute best, and if nobody has told you, you are doing your best. I am proud of you. Keep going, okay? I don't know if you guys are familiar with that illustration, that meme, that cartoon, and it's like two guys on top of each other digging in a mine for diamonds. One guy is like centimeters away from his diamond, but he just gives up because he's just like, oh, such hard work. And I mean, this diamond is huge. It's like the size of the mine. It's huge, right? The other guy digging and digging and digging and digging, just not knowing when he's gonna get to the fruits of his labor, but just knowing, just having this innate knowledge and trust that he will get there, that his labor will bear fruit. He trusts and knows and believes that all he needs is on the other side. All he has to do is lock in, stay consistent, get that shit done, and boom. It might not be on the first try, the second try, or the 100th try, but the 101, the 101 might be magic and you have no idea, and you won't know without trying. So don't stop at 100, keep going, because you truly never know when that time is going to be the time. So if I could give you any advice for surviving this job market, aka Hunger Game simulation, it would be to trust yourself. Also to lean on support, right? Because nobody does anything alone. Katniss would not have won, could never have won on her own. She needed the people who were there to help get her to the finish line. No matter what, no matter how far you are, no matter how skilled you are, you still have to lean on support. Like, what do they say? It's not your net worth, it's your network. Like, it's really all about who you know. So if you're not hearing back from people like me, just get out there and expand who you know. Because to me, it just means I don't know the right people. I don't know all the people I need to know, and there's obviously people I need to meet. So if you don't have that support around you, if you don't have that loving community, that's what this space is for. And we have each other. We're not alone, and we will survive this. For whatever your spiritual beliefs are, release all of that worry and doubt and confusion into that higher power. Also, take more time to sit in stillness. I gain a lot of clarity from stillness, and again, as someone with a little bit of ADHD, it can be hard to just be still, shut off your brain, even like have your body just sit still for a little while. But sometimes that stillness helps bring forth clarity. Like when I wake up, I try to get a little quick stretch in while I'm in the bed and then do a little bit of breathing, just so that I can okay, I'm ready for whatever. Bullshit, throw it at me. Good shit, throw that at me too. Doesn't matter. I'm ready to take on the world. Try incorporating those moments of just pause. That stillness will help you make a lot more intentional choices. And I don't know about y'all, but anytime I rush into something or make too impulsive of a choice, I am always disappointed in the end. As a way to save all of that disappointment, take a second, check in with yourself, because all of that shit can be avoided if you just check in with yourself, check in with God, and actually take a second to listen. Don't just ask, don't just say, don't just ask for what you want, but take a second and listen. Also, just breathe. Obviously I'm breathing right now, but sometimes you need to, when I feel like I'm about to crash out, I just am like, hold on. I literally was stopping my tracks. Let me sip some air, because before I spaz, let me take in some air, because is it worth still spazzing out on? Yes, okay, then cry it out. But a lot of times it's not. Once you take that breath, you're like, oh, okay. I was just tripping. I was just being dramatic. But what do I know? I'm just a girl from Brooklyn trying to survive in this crazy job market like the rest of you. And if you know anyone who needs a set designer or a set decorator or an event coordinator or a creative project manager, call your girl, plug your girl in, okay? Maybe not call your girl, but leave it in the comments. Hit me up in my DMs on my social media. Plug your girl in. And if you need something, you need a job, you're looking for something, put that in the comments, because you never know who might be able to put you on. And if you have any opportunities or any advice you can give for people in their resumes and their cover letters, also drop that in the comments, because you never know who you could be helping and who could really value from your aid. So let's, help each other get through this. I don't know. What do you guys think about this current job market? Is it giving ghetto, or am I just being dramatic? Let me know. Sound off in the comments what y'all think. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn those post notifications on. We are getting to the bag, okay? 2025 is our year. I will take all of the help I can get. I am not too proud to ask for help. So I'm asking y'all to please, if you liked this video, if you rocked with it, let me know in the comments. This channel is all about embracing the messy but beautiful journey that we call life, while also navigating through the chaos. So you can catch me in a vlog every Sunday to warm you up for the week ahead. But also you can catch me here every Wednesday, sitting down, talking to you face to face on FaceTime, just ranting, because we need community and we need people that we can lean on. So if that sounds like your bag, then lock in and let's do this shit together. Until next time, see you guys Sunday and see you guys next Wednesday. Love you.